It's the Light Breakfast with Gavin and Anita, and we are speaking with Dr. Anjhula, international psychologist from the Mind faculty, and we are talking about the traumatic experience that children suffer, particularly families devastated by Hurricane Harvey.
The floodwaters vanished as fast as they'd come. In the heart of America's fourth largest city, they're just beginning to contemplate the aftermath of an unprecedented storm.
That's right. Families have been devastated to Hurricane Harvey, and it's hard, obviously, for adults who've lost property and their livelihoods. But we forget about the children who also are traumatized. And we're wondering, how do we help children cope with traumatic experiences?
An important topic to discuss, because in the day and age that we're living, traumatic events are happening all the time, whether it's terrorism, natural disasters. So, of course, adults suffer from trauma, but, often we forget about children. They experience it differently, whereas adults can understand and they have the vocabulary and thought process in which to verbalize it. Kids, not so much. So some of the things that we can do is to watch and listen and keep a pulse of how upset they seem to be. It's a good thing to open a channel of communication and let the kids know that you will do everything in your capability to keep them safe, keep them secure, that they can ask any questions, but it is advisable to speak on that level of understanding. So you do want to be honest in your communication, but probably sans the graphic details. You also do, depending on the age, it's variable with age, experience, and cultural context. But for younger children, you don't want them seeing graphic news.
Right.
And then, of course, for older children, if they're on the internet and they're reading about distressing news, you do want to ask them if they're okay and if there's anything you can assist or speak to them about. If you see changes in sleep, in appetite, triggers, in their play, in their speech, in the things that they're drawing, if you see disturbing images, then it might be time to see a professional. They might be having post-traumatic stress disorder.
Thank you.
Coming up next, once a cheater, always a cheater? We talk about that next. But first, here's Taylor Dane with Love Will Lead You Back on Lite FM.